The Mediterranean Sea looks calm at night, almost peaceful. Moonlight glitters across the surface, hiding what waits beneath. But in December 1941, this water is not calm. It is hunted, mined, measured in death. Far below the surface, steel moves silently through the darkness. A British submarine, HMS Perseus, and this night will be her last. World War II is raging across Europe. On land, armies clash. In the air, bombers burn cities. But beneath the sea, another war is being fought. Quiet, invisible, unforgiving. The Mediterranean has become one of the most dangerous waters on Earth. German U-boats, Italian patrol vessels, and worst of all, sea mines. Silent killers anchored below the surface, waiting for a single mistake. British submarines operate here under constant threat. They hunt enemy shipping, cut supply lines, and vanish into the deep. One of them is HMS Perseus. HMS Perseus is a Parthian-class submarine, long, heavy, built for endurance, not comfort. Inside, life is cramped and harsh. Steel walls sweat with condensation. Diesel fumes mix with stale air. Men sleep beside torpedoes. There is no privacy, no silence, only discipline. Her crew numbers 60 men, officers, engineers, stokers, signalmen. Among them is leading stoker John Capes, not a commander, not a hero in headlines, just a sailor who knows engines, valves, pressure, and survival. By December 1941, Greece is under Axis occupation. Enemy supply routes crisscross the Aegean and Ionian seas. HMS Perseus is ordered to patrol near the island of Kefalonia. The mission is routine, dangerous but familiar. The submarine cruises submerged, listening for propellers, watching depth gauges, trusting charts that may already be outdated. No one aboard knows Italian minefields have recently been laid in the area, and they are deadly accurate. There is no warning, no enemy ship, no depth charges, no alarm. Just a violent explosion beneath the hull. Steel bends like paper, lights shatter. Men are thrown against bulkheads. The mine detonates directly under the submarine. The bow floods instantly. Water rushes in with unstoppable force. Within seconds, HMS Perseus loses control. She plunges downward. The submarine hits the seabed hard, 52 meters down. Pressure clamps around the hull. Compartments are destroyed. Men drown in darkness, trapped before they even understand what happened. Bulkhead doors slam shut automatically, saving some lives and sealing others forever. Silence returns, a terrible, heavy silence. Inside the broken submarine, water drips, metal creaks. Most of the crew is already dead. But in one rear compartment, 4 men are still alive. They are trapped, in the dark, with limited air, and they do not yet know. Only one of them will ever see the surface again. The explosion has passed. The sea is still. Inside HMS Perseus, what remains is silence, broken only by dripping water and the faint hiss of damaged valves. In the aft compartment, 4 men are alive. They cannot see one another. The lights are gone. The air is thick with oil fumes and fear. They call out. No answer from the rest of the submarine. The truth arrives slowly, and then all at once. Everyone else is dead. One of the 4 is John Capes, a stoker by trade, an engineer, a man who understands pressure, oxygen, machinery. He runs his hands across the steel walls, counting valves, gauges, seams. The compartment is intact but sealed. No radio, no propulsion, no way to signal the surface. Capes checks his watch. Time matters now. At first, breathing seems normal, but submariners know the danger. Not fire, not flooding. Air. Every breath consumes oxygen. Every exhale fills the compartment with carbon dioxide. CO2 is invisible, odorless, and deadly. As minutes pass, the air grows heavy. Breaths become shallow. Sweat forms on foreheads, not from heat, but from panic. They cling to hope. British submarines have escaped worse. Rescue ships have found wrecks before. Surely someone will notice Perseus is missing. Surely help will come. But Capes knows the truth. This is enemy water, heavily mined. No distress signal was sent. And even if rescue comes, at 52 meters, salvage operations are slow. complex, uncertain. Air, however, is running out now. One man begins to cough. Another slumps against the bulkhead, eyes unfocused. Carbon dioxide poisoning does not kill quickly. It makes men sleepy, confused, detached. They stop talking. They stop moving. Capes watches his shipmates slide into unconsciousness, not from wounds but from lack of air. One by one, they die quietly in the dark. Now there is only one heartbeat left. John Capes. 3 bodies lie around him. Crewmates he sailed with, laughed with, trusted with his life. The compartment feels smaller, the silence heavier. He realizes something horrifying. The dead are no longer consuming oxygen. He is, and that means his time is shorter than he thought. In the darkness, Capes feels along the wall. His fingers find it. A metal frame, rubber tubing, a canvas hood, the Davis submerged escape apparatus, a device issued to submarines, but rarely trusted. It has never been tested from this depth. Many believe it's a death sentence. To use it means flooding the compartment deliberately, opening a hatch to the sea, and ascending alone into black water. But staying means certain death. Capes sits beside the bodies. He thinks of England, of home, of a war that may already be lost or won. There is no heroic speech, no farewell, just a quiet, brutal calculation. Die here, or risk everything. He chooses to live. With shaking hands, Capes fits the apparatus over his head. The rubber hood seals around his face. He checks the oxygen flow. One mistake will kill him. If he ascends too fast, his lungs will rupture. If he panics, he will tear off the hood and drown. If the apparatus fails, there will be no second chance. He reaches for the flooding valve. Water begins to rise, cold, black, unstoppable. It climbs past his boots, his waist, his chest. The dead float around him. The compartment fills completely. Capes grips the escape hatch. Above him, 52 meters of crushing sea. Below him, nothing but steel and ghosts. He opens the hatch, and the ocean rushes in. The hatch opens. The sea explodes inside the submarine. Cold water slams into John Capes' chest, ripping the last warmth from his body. For a moment, there is no up or down, only blackness. The submarine vanishes behind him as he is pulled into open water. He kicks hard. At 52 meters, the pressure is unforgiving. Every meter upward changes the physics of his body. His chest tightens. His ears scream with pain. He forces himself not to breathe. The Davis apparatus feeds oxygen slowly, but he must ascend carefully. Too fast, and expanding air will tear his lungs apart. There are no lights, no bubbles to follow, just instinct. Time distorts. Seconds stretch into eternity. Capes counts in his head. 1, 2, 3. The water grows slightly brighter, or maybe it's his mind playing tricks. His legs burn. His heart pounds violently. Panic presses in. This is where most men would fail. The pressure changes rapidly now. His chest feels as if it's being torn open. His ears bleed. Every instinct screams to rip the hood away and gulp water. But Capes holds on. He exhales slowly, a trick taught in training, never meant to be tested like this. Suddenly, light. The black turns blue, then silver, then air. Capes bursts through the surface, gasping violently. He rips off the hood and vomits seawater. He is alive. Against every rule of physics, every expectation, every probability, he survived. But survival is not safety. The sea stretches endlessly around him. No ships, no coastline in sight. It is night. He treads water, exhausted. Below him, HMS Perseus lies silent, her crew still inside. The war has not noticed his miracle. Capes begins to swim, toward where he thinks land might be. Every stroke hurts. Salt burns his eyes. His muscles cramp. He swims for hours, driven by fear and fading strength. At times he considers stopping, letting the sea take him. But he keeps going. As the sky lightens, a shape appears. Land, rocky, steep. The Greek coast. Capes drags himself onto the shore and collapses. After escaping a steel coffin beneath the sea, he survives the night. The sun rises over Kefalonia. Fishing boats move in the distance. John Capes lies motionless on the rocks, a British sailor in occupied territory, with a story no one will believe. But he is alive, and the hardest part of his journey is still ahead. Morning light reveals the danger. John Capes lies on a rocky Greek shore, barely conscious, burned by salt and sun, too weak to stand. This is not friendly land. Greece is under Axis occupation. Italian patrols operate along the coast. German forces are everywhere. If he is discovered, he will not be rescued. He will be captured or shot. Footsteps, voices. Capes tries to move, but fails. Greek fishermen stand over him, staring in disbelief. A man from the sea, alone, wearing British naval clothing. They understand the risk instantly. Helping him could mean death. But they do not turn away. They hide him. For weeks, Capes is moved from village to village. Cellars, caves, mountain paths. He learns to stay silent, invisible. Local resistance networks take over. These civilians have nothing, and yet they share food, shelter, hope. Every knock on a door could be the last. Every footstep outside could mean capture. But somehow, he survives again. Eventually, through underground routes, John Capes reaches safety. He is repatriated. He returns to Britain, thin, scarred, alive. He reports what happened: a submarine lost, a mine, an escape from 52 meters. The reaction is not celebration, it is doubt. Naval officials listen politely, then they shake their heads. No one has ever escaped alone from that depth. The Davis apparatus isn't reliable. The physics don't add up. There is no wreck, no witnesses, no proof. Capes is quietly dismissed. His survival is recorded. His story is not. Years pass. The war ends. HMS Perseus is listed as lost with all hands. All hands. John Capes lives his life. He does not argue. He does not demand belief. He knows what he endured. And somewhere beneath the Mediterranean, the truth waits in silence. More than half a century later, divers search the seabed near Kefalonia. At 52 meters, they find a submarine. British markings, Parthian-class design, HMS Perseus. The hull is broken by a mine blast. But something else stops the divers cold. One escape hatch is open. Not blown open, not damaged. Opened. From the inside. Inside the aft compartment, 3 skeletons remain. One is missing. History shifts. John Capes' story is no longer impossible. It is proven. The escape apparatus, the depth, the ascent, all real, all true. For decades, the sea held the evidence. Now it has spoken. 59 men died inside HMS Perseus. They rest where the submarine fell. No graves, no headstones, only water and steel. And one man who carried their memory back to the surface. War creates many heroes, but some never fire a shot, never give a speech, never receive a medal. They simply refuse to die. John Capes escaped a sealed steel coffin beneath the sea, and for more than 50 years, the ocean kept his secret.